The other day I made a video on every single festival unit's best team, or in my opinion would be the best team, and that actually sparked me the idea of actually going ahead and using every single festival on their best teams individually. So on this video, I'm going to be using Assault Melee with a multitude of good teams for him, and not just one. And I think that'll be pretty nice. If you guys want to see other festivals used as well, like the video. If the video gets enough support, it definitely will. And which ones I should do next. And if so, which teams you would want me to use them on that you think maybe I would miss. Like if you want me to do like the one next, for example. Don't just say, oh, use him with Green Girlfriend and Margaret. Like, yeah, of course. But like, someday you wouldn't expect me to use. So we're starting off with Assault Melee. Assault Melee is a very good... I want to start with Assault Melee because he's one that like has so many combinations. Because, you know, there are a lot of options for him. And this is in no necessary, like, listing. Like, this is not like a from worst to best or anything like that. This is just a few of his good teams, or maybe all of his good teams. And this will give you, maybe if you're in need of more options because you don't have, like, every unit. Maybe you'd be like, oh, I have these characters, I can use this team. So, that's the idea. And first off, this is the first team I'm going to use. I think it's the most obvious one with Sigurd and Chandler. And in either way, you can go with CC food or dodge food for a lot of the Assault Melee teams. For this one specifically, I want to go with CC food because I do want Sigurd to actually debuff them in the first turn. So I can actually, you know, proc his passive. That's my biggest idea here. Now, and for the majority of the teams, you want to use Zeldris in the back. But Zeldris can also actually be replaced by Melascula and a few other units. So we're facing, luckily here, a real player, can tell by his CC. We're going to go for a very usual here. We're going to pop in the counter, and we're going to disable Merlin. Just because Merlin could actually really hurt by debuffing me. So I want to disable her debuff. Okay, next turn we're going to get the attacks, the attack buffs, and that will actually help us a lot. Okay, I'm not gonna count this one when we play another one. Yeah, okay. Got his team. But at that point right there, it was like a very hard comeback for my enemy already, because I could have level 2'd with Sigurd. That's fine. It was a very hard comeback for my enemy because at the point where Assault Melee gets the buffs, he starts to actually hit pretty hard. So it becomes very hard for the enemy to come back from that. Okay, of course it's not going to do anything for the first turn. And let's put up a counter again. Let's attack you. We already have the buffs in Assault Melee, so that's my like biggest goal with Sigurd. Like Sigurd, the snatch is cool and all, I guess, but the biggest thing are the attack buffs. Because at that point, Assault Melee is more, I want to say, independent. Okay. He's not taking off my ultimate gauge. We're gonna snatch again, ult, and attack. We got the attack buffs, so this will actually hurt. He has, was it level 2 damage reduction? Level 1. Might have been level 2. Might have been level 2. Could have used the Amplifies. The Amplifies would have been actually quite decent for killing Margaret. I had an objective of killing Sauriel though, just because Sauriel can be very scary when you're using Meliodas. If they pop in like a level 3, it is very scary. I hope for him that he has a cleanse. He does not. Well. Snatching. Still hit really hard. I'm assuming 6-6. No. Well. Can't kill the Margaret. If I kill the Margaret, he gets Tarmil's ultimate. He is playing very well. Like, as someone that's facing Assault Melee, he is playing very well. He is not, like, really trying to go for, a stupid kill. He is playing very passively. And how you should play. You should just go for ults when you're facing Assault Melee. The only time he's attacked me so far was when he ulted with Margaret. That's the only time he attacked me. He played very well. Like, actually. I got one buff the whole match. But that doesn't stop him. That doesn't stop Melee from wiping. So, let's move on. Listen, before we move on to the next team, alright? I got a package that I've been waiting for, and I wanted to open it on camera, because it's been a few weeks since I've been waiting for this. Gamer subs, alright? They sent me some stuff. They sent me a dad hat to cover my gamer bald spot, so that's very appreciated. But most importantly, right? Some new flavors that I wanted to try out on camera. Because, listen, I've been waiting for this for a while now, okay? The Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000 is the flavor I've been meaning to try for a while. And they sent me this a few weeks ago, but the mail had it just locked on for weeks for no reason. And some other stuff as well. I think this is Sour Apple and Misfits Melon. Also, with no caffeine. But listen, the Gamer Fart is the main attraction here. This better be good. I've been waiting for weeks to get this. And today, the mailman just shows up with it. Rings my doorbell 400 times before I answer it. Absolutely disgustingly rude, the mailman, by the way. In 1 second, he just rang it like 100 times. Oh, it smells good. It smells good. Oh. This is supposed to be, alright? It's not actually taste. It doesn't actually taste like guacamole. Guac? Is that how you say it? It, like, as I was told, it tastes like Mountain Dew Baja Blast. But I've never had that because I don't live in the US. And I've never seen it in stores. Okay. This has to be good. This has to be good. It has to be good. By the way, with the hat, I look just like the guy from my shirt, don't I? I look exactly like him. Just like him. Okay. Oh, wow. It does taste a lot like Mountain Dew. It does actually taste a lot like Mountain. I don't know if it tastes like Baja Blast because I never had that. But it's really good. Oh. Yeah. This might actually be my... I don't know if I'm going to say it's my favorite flavor. Because my favorite flavor is one that I can't actually say what it is. But, well done. Alright, this was too long. I'm gonna go back to the video. Alright, like I mentioned, it's been a few days since I actually recorded my first initial part. I was waiting actually for the Super Awakening rule to go out. And then I was like, oh, the next Holy War festival... next festival should be a Holy War. So maybe it's going to be a good buff for Meliodas, so maybe I should wait to include in this video, but ended up being revealed that it's King, so no. This is the next team, you know, again, it's still including Chandler. Chandler is just such a good unit. And now with Cusack as well for the damage. It's a solid team. I think that, you know, Chandler is just such a good unit because of the fact that he disables. And he has that taunt. He's just such a versatile unit. It's really difficult not to include him on teams with Assault Melee. And then, of course, we got the DPS. I don't really need to do this. I'm gonna attack Margaret. So like I mentioned in the segue as well. Oh, I actually didn't mention. If you want to cop gamer subs, 10% off with code NAG. Oh, I highly recommend the guacamole gamer fart flavor. Oh, it's neck and neck with my favorite flavor, which I can't say what it is because it's not released yet, and they asked me to not mention it. Not mention what it is. I've had it for like over a month now, and they still haven't released it yet. So yeah, I'm gonna kill Margaret and get Meliodas' ultimate. He's not gonna kill Margaret. Yeah. See, the thing that Cusack brings to the table, though, is the fact that you have a very much easier time fighting bonds. Listen, Assault Melee thrives more in ungeared, I would say. But Bond is still really strong in ungeared. And if you face a Bond, you're not having a good time. You know, you're just not having a good time with whatever team you're using, really. So he really helps with that. He can enable you to win against Bond more easily. Still not gonna be the easiest thing, though. It's just the nature of the game right now. But he does make it easier. His DPS is... I think Cusack was a very unfortunate unit to, like, release date-wise. Because he released when Bond was not meta. And then Bond got the Holy Relics and stuff. Very unfortunate for him. I mean, now he's really good. Now you can look at him and be like, oh, this is a good unit. But when he released, it was like, damn, why would anyone want to summon for Cusack? He's only good against one character, basically. And that character is not even that good anymore. Margaret was the top dog. And Cusack was not that good against Margaret. But, boy oh boy, how the turns have tabled. Alright, I think we can move on to the next match. This is I might just kill her right here, actually. She has 2 defenses now. Yeah. His damage is really good still. The added HP power of his passive doesn't work against most teams, but his actual damage itself is good. Alright, so this team is actually one that's on the page of best PvP teams on a Japanese website I use from time to time. This is their recommended Assault Melee team. What they say is the best Assault Melee team, and I mean, this is like DPS. This is DPS on top of DPS. DPS unit, so I mean, might be good. Might be good. I can't see it being bad, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with that, of course. I might actually just call... I'm gonna use one of the other teams that they recommend as well, which is Blue Drole instead of Cusack there. But this team, I mean, looks fun. Oh! This is literally the team I was talking about, I was gonna recommend. Okay. See, here's the issue. When you're facing him. See, here's the thing that I think Sigurd brings more to the table, right? The fact that if they attack you once, you get that triple attack buff. That's the thing. If they attack you once, they get it. Or you get it. So that's huge, I think. Okay. I'm gonna have to give him the attack buff. But it's okay. I did this in damage because of my attack buffs, but ooh, his melee looking pretty buffed right there. He's snatched though, so oh, he really went for my Cusack. Of course I'm gonna go for melee. And then let's go for this. My Cusack is not 6-6, but I think it will still kill because of the attack buffs, yeah. Oh, go for Sigurd. Ooh, whoa! Those defense lowers, huh? I mean, not gonna lie, I kind of like this team. I wish we didn't face an Assault Melee, because he really reprehended me, especially facing a Sigurd, from, you know, snatching the first turn and everything like that. If we had faced any other team, I think we would have had a much easier time, or a much more fun time. But that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. The attack buffs on the Cusack, huh? Attack buffs on Cusack are pretty good because he you know, he doesn't crit, but he still uses his attack and crit chance and crit damage stat. So his attack stat really matters still for him. And we should be done, I assume. Yeah, now I'm gonna use a team that this guy was using. I do think though that between this and the first team that we used, which was Sigurd and Chandler, Sigurd and Chandler I think is better. Mostly because when you face a Margaret, you have a much better chance of winning because you can disable her from cleansing. But this team is still good. I wouldn't write it off as being bad. Okay, a Bond with triple Holy Relic. Time to lose, baby. I would have much preferred facing this when we had freaking Cusack, but I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's get those attack buffs turn 1. Would have much preferred when we had Cusack. No Petrify, unfortunately, but we can go for the Melee ultimate or the Sigurd ultimate. The Sigurd ultimate hits really hard, so it's a good option. It's a good option for sure. Okay, it's a bot. I kind of wish I didn't have dodge food right there. Actually, having dodge food against Bond is kind of trash, isn't it? Although having CC food doesn't matter because Bond teams don't use CC food, so you're gonna go first anyways. For the most part. AoEing with Melee right here is kind of pointless because it's gonna heal anyways, but I want the ultimate gauge. He can't take off Melee's ultimate gauge because I have the taunt with Drole. I have a pen because I'm noting down the teams, by the way. It's a boomer thing to have, you know, a pen. Ooh. Crazy how much Bond hurts with almost no build up. Really hoping this will be it. I got the attack buffs. I got the passive going. Is it gonna kill? It did. I don't think it's gonna kill. That 300k? Damn, he had so many buffs. He had the resistances, he had his own passive, he had he had 4 attack buffs. Why do you have 4 attack buffs? Am I missing something? Why does he have 4 attack buffs? He should only have 2, right? I think I know why. I think it's because Terry cleansed with his Holy Relic and then got debuffed again. And that gave me like an extra buff. I should only have 2 attack buffs though. Isn't it how Sigurd's passive works? I'm confused, I'll just take it. That's 300k non-geared. Damn. Okay, so right here, right? So I'm gonna use Melascula next. It could be Drole instead of Chandler here. But I'm gonna go with Chandler. And you can write off this as being Droles as well. I don't want to do both because I think they're very similar. But this could be Melascula and Drole, Melascula and Chandler. I'm gonna note down Melascula and Chandler. Um, I just don't want to do both because I think it's unnecessary. But you can write this as being both. You can write this off as being both. 198. A big boy, a real player, it's true. So I'm now that I'm going down to like the sort of like the worst teams, I'm getting the real players. Let's go. That's how I like it. Okay. I'm going to disable Margaret, so she doesn't ignore defense. So I'm not gonna put up a counter. Let's do this. Next turn I'll put up a counter. Disable? No, he did not give me disable. He gave me the ultimate from melee. He's gonna pop in the Golfer ultimate though. I'm gonna use the AoE. Of course I face a real player now that I'm going down to the worst teams. Why did I not face a real player when I was using the good teams? It's not gonna be nice, the Melascula attack. Oh, I have so many ignites on. It actually killed me. It actually one-shot me because I had so many ignites from both Melascula and Kyo. And he had level 3. Melascula's just not it anymore. I'm sorry. She's just not it anymore. It's just not it anymore. Did you see that? It's just how it is. If the enemy had Bond, it would have been the same thing. He would just one-shot me. It is what it is. Melascula. I'm sorry. She's just not it anymore. Alright, so this is another one I'm copying from the website. They recommend this team and says it's good as a mirror battle. So it's good if you're facing another assault melee. I can see it. You have the Zeldris just passively taking off the ultimate gauge, and Derriere can take off buffs. I can see it. Plus you're using ult food, so you don't go so you don't go second on getting the ultimate for melee or whoever you're going for. I can see it, but we're not facing a mirror match, we're facing Bond, so okay. So unfortunate that Terry can just take off ultimate gauge. I could have just got the ultimate for melee and waited for him to attack so he would get me a buff. That wouldn't have been the worst. Melee's stats are lowered. See, yeah, you know, I don't want to be mean, but like, I think that's it for good teams for melee. Like, straight up, like, you can be like, oh, I use this team and I really like it, but listen, it is what it is, you know. Melee doesn't receive the most love out of all characters, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The meta just passed him through. If he attacks me twice, I'm dead. I have stats lower than max ultimate. Oh my god. Not even close to a chance. Not even close to a chance against Bond. You have not even close to a chance if you face Bond. And not just with this team, like honestly all melee teams. Melee. Poor melee. Alright, so this one will be the last one, and I'm only doing it for sympathy because we are already done. Like, there's not anything else for melee, unfortunately. Hopefully... I actually thought this was going to be like a really long video, but there's just not that much more for melee, really. Hopefully in the future we'll get more characters that will work well for him, but really, there's haven't given much love to my boy. The Holy Relics are flowing for most other teams, but not for melee. You know? It is what it is. So we're using the blue... Oh, God. We're using... Such a joke. the blue Dreyfus or Fraudrin, so that we can oh, it's a bot, so that we can actually ult rush. And I chose to use Sigurd not for any specific reason. This could have been Chandler, Cusack, could have been a lot of other characters. It's not a bot. It's decently laggy, but there's no chance it's a real player. Maybe he just knew that he wasn't going to kill with the AoE there. This could have been Cusack. Doesn't matter. I chose Sigurd just because I had to pick someone. But this is sort of like an ult rush where you bait the enemy, of course, to kill the Fraudrin, and you get the ult like that. Or you know, you can push the ultimate just regularly as well, while you know you have the Fraudrin just sitting there doing nothing, because why would they attack Fraudrin, right? Like, you know, let's be real here. Let's kill Ascanor, just because he has single target attacks. In a regular match, I would like to, you know, kill Margaret first, because she's scarier than Ascanor. Because her ultimate is way more devastating if it's 6/6. And, you know, her AoE is absurd. But in this situation, I do want the enemy to AoE, because I want him to kill Fraudrin. And it's kind of like scary for them to AoE as well. Because if they do AoE, they will kill him. This is a team that works better on geared, I feel like, because then you don't put gear on Fraudrin. And my Fraudrin is level 60 because I have ADHD. I couldn't just look at a character being level 1 on my box. Listen, I couldn't. Okay. Well, I think this is it. Again, like I mentioned in the first team that I did, let me know what fast I should do next. And again, I could be missing some teams, but for the most part, all the teams that I did use on this video maybe had like one position that could have been changed, but it would be a little worse. And for the most part, I did just change one position a lot of times as well, right? It was Sigurd Chandler, then it was Cusack Chandler, then Cusack Sigurd. It's like, yeah, those are the same combination, just a little bit different. Yeah, this is it for Meli, and yeah.